Pisces, I just had to come to you today because the energy I'm picking up around your sign is absolutely incredible right now. I'm sitting here with my cards, and the messages that are coming through are so powerful, so transformative, that I knew I had to share this with you immediately. You know, sometimes the universe has this way of orchestrating events that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence, and that's exactly what's happening in your world right now. There are people in your life who have been living in illusion, who have been hiding behind masks, and the cosmic energies are about to strip all of that away. The truth is surfacing, Pisces, and it's going to be both shocking and liberating. I want you to understand something really important here. As a water sign, you've always had this incredible intuition, this ability to sense things beneath the surface that others can't see. But sometimes your compassionate nature has made you give people the benefit of the doubt, when perhaps you should have trusted that inner voice telling you something wasn't right. Well, the universe is about to validate every single instinct you've had. The first card that practically jumped out of my deck when I asked about your situation is the Five of Wands. Now, this card is telling such an interesting story about conflict and competition, but not in the way you might expect. This isn't about you being in conflict with others, Pisces. This is about the internal conflicts that certain people in your life have been experiencing because of their actions toward you. You see, the Five of Wands often represents people who are fighting among themselves, competing for resources, struggling with their own moral compass. And right now, there are individuals in your orbit who are experiencing exactly this kind of internal warfare. They're fighting with themselves because they know what they've done to you was wrong. They're competing with their own conscience, trying to justify actions that deep down they know were unjustifiable. What's fascinating about this energy is that their conflict isn't really with you at all. It's with themselves. They're wrestling with guilt, shame, and the consequences of choices they made, thinking they could get away with it. But Pisces, your energy is so pure, so aligned with truth and authenticity, that being around you or even thinking about you triggers this massive internal storm in people who haven't been operating from integrity. I'm seeing scenarios where someone might have been spreading rumors about you, undermining your success, or trying to diminish your light because they felt threatened by your natural gifts. The Five of Wands is showing me that this person or these people are now caught in a web of their own making. They started conflicts thinking they could control the outcome, but instead, they've created chaos in their own lives. The beautiful thing about this card in your reading is that it's showing the beginning of justice. When people operate from jealousy, manipulation, or dishonesty, the universe has this way of turning their own weapons against them. The very tactics they use to try to harm you are now creating problems in their own world. They're fighting battles on multiple fronts because lies and deception always require more lies and more deception to maintain. You might have noticed some strange behaviors recently from people in your life. Maybe someone who used to be confident around you now seems nervous or agitated. Maybe someone who used to look you in the eye now avoids your gaze. This is the Five of Wands energy manifesting in their physical behavior. They're literally at war with themselves every time they're in your presence because your authentic energy highlights their lack of authenticity. What I love about this placement is that you don't even have to do anything, Pisces. You don't have to fight back or seek revenge or try to expose anyone. Your mere existence, your commitment to being true to yourself, is enough to trigger this internal conflict in those who have wronged you. It's like your energy is a mirror that shows them exactly who they really are versus who they pretend to be. The next card that came forward with such powerful energy is Judgment. And oh my goodness, Pisces, this is where things get really interesting. Judgment is card number 21 in the major arcana, and it represents awakening, rebirth, and most importantly, the moment when truth can no longer be hidden. This card is telling me that we're approaching a time of great revelation in your life. People who have been living lies, wearing masks, or operating from hidden agendas are about to have their true nature exposed. But here's what makes this so powerful. It's not going to be you doing the exposing. The universe itself is orchestrating these revelations. Judgment often appears when someone is being called to account for their actions. It's like a cosmic court date where all the evidence is presented and truth becomes undeniable. In your situation, there are people who have been banking on your compassionate nature, assuming that you would never call them out or expose their behavior. They've been comfortable in their deception because they believed you would always take the high road and protect their secrets. But what they didn't count on is that the universe doesn't need you to be the one delivering justice. Judgment shows that higher forces are at work here, and truth has a way of surfacing on its own. I'm seeing situations where people's own actions are going to backfire in ways they never anticipated. Lies they told about you might be exposed when someone asks for proof. Money they mishandled might come to light during routine checks. Relationships they've been maintaining through deception might crumble when the truth becomes obvious. The fascinating thing about judgment energy is that it often involves other people becoming aware of situations they were previously blind to. So if someone has been manipulating others against you or controlling narratives about you, those people are going to start seeing through the manipulation. It's like they're waking up from a spell and suddenly realizing they've been fed false information. I'm getting strong impressions of financial revelations too with this card. Someone who has been projecting an image of success or stability is about to have their true financial situation exposed. Maybe they've been spending money they don't have, or making promises they can't keep, or using resources inappropriately. Judgment suggests that these deceptions are about to come to light in a very public way. What's beautiful about this energy for you, Pisces, is that you're going to be vindicated without having to say a word. People who doubted you or believed negative things about you are going to realize they were manipulated. Situations that seem to work against you are going to be revealed as orchestrated attempts to undermine your success. And most importantly, your character and integrity are going to shine even brighter in contrast to those who have been operating from deception. The third card that appeared with such clarity is the Empress. And this card is bringing such beautiful, abundant energy to your reading. The Empress represents fertility, creativity, nurturing, and most importantly for your situation, the manifestation of abundance after a period of lack or struggle. What's remarkable about the Empress appearing in this position is that she's showing me how your compassionate, nurturing nature, the very qualities that some people have tried to take advantage of, are actually going to be the source of your greatest victories. While others have been scheming and manipulating, you've been quietly building, creating, and nurturing positive energy around yourself. The Empress energy suggests that while certain people in your life are experiencing the consequences of their actions, you're entering a phase of incredible abundance and growth. It's like you've been planting seeds of kindness, authenticity, and hard work. And now, those seeds are about to bloom into something magnificent. The contrast between your flourishing life and the struggles of those who tried to harm you is going to be undeniable. I'm seeing creative projects taking off for you, Pisces. Whether that's literal creative work like art, writing, or music, or it's the creative energy you put into building relationships, career opportunities, or personal growth. The Empress shows that your natural ability to nurture and create is about to pay off in big ways. There's also a strong financial improvement indicated by the Empress. While others are experiencing the pockets run low energy mentioned in your reading, you're moving toward a time of greater financial stability and even prosperity. This might come through your own efforts finally being recognized and rewarded, or it could be that opportunities that were blocked before are now opening up for you. What I find most beautiful about the Empress in this context is that she represents the power of authentic feminine energy. This isn't about domination or aggression. It's about the quiet, steady power of someone who operates from love, creativity, and truth. While others have been trying to win through manipulation and deception, you've been winning through authenticity and genuine care for others. The Empress is also telling me about healing energy around you. Not just your own healing from whatever challenges you've faced, but your ability to help others heal. People are going to start coming to you for advice, comfort, and guidance because they recognize the genuine wisdom and compassion you possess. Your reputation is about to shift from whatever false narratives others might have created to recognition of who you really are. Now we come to the High Priestess, and this card is bringing such profound insight about your intuitive abilities and the hidden knowledge you've been carrying. The High Priestess represents inner wisdom, psychic abilities, and most importantly, the knowledge of secrets that are hidden beneath the surface. Pisces, you've known things about people that you haven't spoken about. Your intuition has been picking up on deceptions, reading between the lines, sensing the true motivations behind people's actions. The High Priestess confirms that everything you've been sensing has been absolutely accurate. Those gut feelings about certain people, those moments when something felt off even though you couldn't put your finger on why, all of that was your inner wisdom protecting you. What's remarkable about this card in your reading is that it's showing me how your silence and observation have actually been your greatest strengths. While others have been talking, scheming, and creating drama, you've been quietly watching, learning, and understanding the real dynamics at play. The High Priestess energy suggests that this period of observation is about to pay off enormously. I'm getting impressions of you having dreams or intuitive flashes that reveal important information about situations in your life. Your psychic abilities are heightened right now, and you're going to start receiving insights that help you understand not just what has been happening, but what's coming next. Trust these impressions, Pisces. Your inner knowing is incredibly accurate. The High Priestess also speaks to hidden influences working in your favor. While you might feel like you've been fighting certain battles alone, there are people and forces working behind the scenes to support you. These might be people in positions of authority who have been quietly observing situations involving you, or it might be that your reputation among people who really matter is much stronger than you realize. There's also an element of timing with the High Priestess. She's telling me that you've had the wisdom to wait, to not react impulsively, to let situations unfold naturally rather than forcing outcomes. This patience and trust in divine timing is about to be rewarded magnificently. The very people who might have criticized you for not being more aggressive or reactive are going to see the wisdom in your approach. The High Priestess energy is also protecting you from negative influences. It's like you have this invisible shield around you that prevents other people's negativity, jealousy, or manipulative energy from actually affecting your life path. They might try to interfere, but their efforts slide right off you because you're operating from a higher vibration. Moving forward, I drew the Six of Pentacles, and this card is bringing such important information about the balance of giving and receiving in your life. The Six of Pentacles traditionally represents charity, generosity, and fair exchange, but in your reading, it's telling a more complex story about how your generosity has been tested and how balance is being restored. You see, Pisces, you have this beautiful, generous heart. You're someone who gives freely of your time, energy, resources, and compassion. But the Six of Pentacles is showing me that certain people in your life have been taking advantage of this generosity. They've been receiving from you while giving little or nothing back, creating an imbalance that the universe is now correcting. What's fascinating about this card's appearance is that it often shows up when someone who has been overly generous is about to experience a reversal where they become the receiver of abundance. After a period of giving more than you've received, the scales are tipping in your direction. People who have been taking from you without reciprocating are about to find themselves in positions where they need help, while you're moving into a position of greater strength and abundance. I'm seeing scenarios where someone who has been financially benefiting from your generosity, whether directly or indirectly, is about to experience financial difficulties. Meanwhile, your own financial situation is stabilizing and improving. It's like the universe is redistributing resources according to who truly deserves them based on their actions and intentions. The Six of Pentacles also suggests that your reputation for generosity and fairness is about to open doors for you. People in positions to help you are becoming aware of how you operate, how you treat others, and the positive impact you have. They're going to want to support someone who demonstrates such genuine care for others. What's really beautiful about this energy is that you're not going to become less generous or caring. That's not who you are. but you're going to develop much better discernment about who deserves your generosity and who has been manipulating it. The Six of Pentacles represents balanced giving and receiving, which means you'll still be giving, but to people who appreciate and reciprocate your kindness. The next card that appeared is the World and Pisces. This is such an incredible omen of completion and fulfillment. The World represents the successful completion of a major life cycle and the beginning of a new, much more abundant phase of your life. What's remarkable about the World appearing in your reading is that it suggests you're about to reach the end of a very challenging period and step into something much more aligned with your true purpose and desires. All the lessons you've learned, all the challenges you've overcome, all the growth you've experienced, it's all been preparing you for what's coming next. The World energy tells me that you're about to gain recognition for who you truly are and what you bring to the world. While others have been trying to diminish your light or undermine your success, the universe is preparing to showcase your talents, your character, and your contributions in a way that can't be ignored or dismissed. I'm getting strong impressions of travel opportunities, expanded horizons, and connections with people from different backgrounds or locations. The World suggests that your influence and opportunities are about to expand beyond your current circle. People who have been trying to limit you or keep you small are going to watch as you step onto a much bigger stage. There's also a sense of spiritual completion with the World. You've been on a journey of understanding, learning important lessons about trust, boundaries, discernment, and your own worth. This learning phase is complete, and you're ready to apply this wisdom in practical ways that create positive change in your life. The World also represents manifestation of dreams and goals that might have seemed impossible during more challenging times. Projects or aspirations that had to be put on hold or that faced obstacles are about to move forward with incredible momentum. It's like all the delays and difficulties were actually just the universe, making sure you were fully prepared for the success that's coming. The King of Cups emerged next, and this card brings such beautiful energy about emotional mastery and the recognition of your emotional intelligence. The King of Cups represents someone who has learned to navigate emotional waters with wisdom, compassion, and strength. Pisces, you've been through some emotional storms recently. People have tested your patience, challenged your trust, and perhaps even tried to manipulate your emotions for their own purposes. But the King of Cups shows that instead of becoming hardened or bitter, you've developed incredible emotional wisdom and resilience. What's significant about this card is that it often appears when someone's emotional maturity and wisdom are about to be recognized and valued by others. People are starting to see you not just as someone who is kind and compassionate, but as someone who possesses real wisdom about human nature and relationships. The King of Cups also suggests that you're moving into a position where people will come to you for emotional guidance and support. Your experiences, including the difficult ones, have given you insights that others need. You're becoming a source of stability and wisdom for people who are going through their own emotional challenges. There's also a protective element to the King of Cups energy. This king doesn't just experience emotions, he masters them and uses emotional intelligence as a form of power and protection. You're developing the ability to read people's emotional states accurately, to understand their motivations, and to respond in ways that protect your own well-being while still being compassionate. I'm also seeing that your emotional balance and maturity are going to contrast sharply with the emotional chaos that certain other people are experiencing. While they're becoming reactive, desperate, or manipulative, you're becoming more centered, wise, and emotionally powerful. This contrast is going to be very noticeable to others. The Seven of Swords appeared next. And this is where things get really interesting because this card is all about deception, theft, and hidden agendas being exposed. The Seven of Swords traditionally represents someone trying to get away with something through stealth or deception, but in your reading, it's showing that these tactics are failing. What's fascinating is that this card confirms that there have indeed been people operating with hidden agendas around you. Someone has been trying to take something from you, whether that's credit for your work, opportunities that should have been yours, your reputation, or even your peace of mind. through sneaky or underhanded methods. But the Seven of Swords in this position is actually good news for you, because it indicates that these deceptive tactics are being exposed. The very secrecy and sneakiness that someone thought would protect them is actually going to be their downfall. When you operate in shadows and try to manipulate situations from behind the scenes, you eventually leave evidence of your deception. I'm seeing scenarios where someone's lies about you are going to be contradicted by evidence they didn't realize existed. Maybe they thought certain conversations weren't witnessed or recorded, or maybe they assumed that people wouldn't compare notes about different versions of events they've been telling. The Seven of Swords also suggests that stolen energy is being returned to you. If someone has been taking credit for your ideas, benefiting from your work without acknowledgement, or using your resources inappropriately, this is about to be corrected. What was taken through deception is going to be restored to you, often with additional compensation for what you've endured. What I find most satisfying about this card's appearance is that it shows how people who think they're being clever and getting away with something are actually setting themselves up for exposure. The Seven of Swords energy eventually turns on the person using it because deception requires such careful maintenance, and most people aren't as smart as they think they are. The Fool appeared as another major arcana card, and this brings such interesting energy because the Fool represents new beginnings, fresh starts, and stepping into unknown territory with faith and optimism. What's beautiful about the Fool in your reading is that while certain people in your life are dealing with the consequences of their past actions, you're being given a clean slate and fresh opportunities. It's like the universe is saying that you've learned what you needed to learn from recent experiences, and now it's time to step forward into something completely new. The Fool energy suggests that you shouldn't be afraid to take calculated risks or explore new opportunities that are presenting themselves. Your natural intuition and the wisdom you've gained from recent experiences are going to guide you perfectly as you navigate new territory. I'm getting impressions of opportunities that might seem unconventional or different from what you've done before, but that align perfectly with your authentic self. The Fool encourages you to trust your instincts and take that leap of faith when the right opportunity presents itself. There's also an element of innocence and trust being renewed with the Fool. Even though you've experienced betrayal or deception from others, this card shows that you're not going to let those experiences close your heart or make you cynical. You're maintaining your natural optimism and openness while being wiser about who deserves your trust. The Fool also represents the courage to be authentic and true to yourself, even when others don't understand or appreciate your choices. You're entering a phase where being genuinely yourself is going to attract the right people and opportunities into your life, while naturally repelling those who aren't aligned with your authentic energy. Finally, the Ten of Cups appeared to complete your reading, and Pisces. This is such a beautiful card to end with because it represents emotional fulfillment, happy relationships, and the manifestation of your heart's deepest desires. The Ten of Cups is showing me that all the emotional turbulence, relationship challenges, and disappointments you've experienced recently are leading to something much more beautiful and fulfilling. It's like you had to go through a process of clearing out relationships and situations that weren't serving your highest good to make room for what truly belongs in your life. This card often appears when someone is about to experience a period of genuine happiness and emotional satisfaction. After dealing with people who didn't appreciate you, took you for granted, or tried to manipulate your emotions, you're about to connect with people who truly value who you are and want to see you succeed and be happy. I'm seeing beautiful developments in your personal relationships. Whether this is healing existing relationships that are worth preserving, or forming new connections with people who operate from the same values of honesty and authenticity that you do. The Ten of Cups represents the kind of relationships where you can be completely yourself and feel truly supported and loved. There's also a sense of community and belonging with this card. You might find yourself connecting with a group of people who share your interests, values, or spiritual beliefs. These connections are going to provide the emotional support and understanding that you've been missing. The Ten of Cups also suggests that your home environment is going to become a source of peace and joy for you. whether this means changes to your physical living space, improvements in your family relationships, or simply a greater sense of emotional security and stability, your personal sanctuary is being blessed with harmonious energy. What makes this card so perfect for your reading is that it represents lasting happiness rather than temporary excitement. While others might be experiencing the drama and chaos of their own making, you're moving into a phase of sustained contentment, emotional fulfillment, and genuine joy. So let me tie all of this together for you, beautiful Pisces souls. The cards are telling such a clear and powerful story about justice, truth, and the restoration of balance in your life. The people who have been operating from deception, jealousy, or manipulation are entering a phase where their true nature is being revealed and their tactics are backfiring. Their eyes are indeed filling with tears as they realize the consequences of their actions and the damage they've done to their own lives through their choices. Their pockets are running low because deception and manipulation require enormous amounts of energy to maintain, and that energy drain eventually affects all areas of life, including financial stability. But more importantly, the truth about them is being revealed in ways they can't control or manipulate. The universe doesn't need you to expose anyone or fight any battles. Truth has its own power and its own timing, and that time is now. Meanwhile, you're stepping into a phase of incredible abundance, recognition, and emotional fulfillment. Your authentic nature, your emotional wisdom, and your commitment to operating from integrity are being rewarded. People are beginning to see you clearly and appreciate the genuine value you bring to every situation. The contrast between their declining circumstances and your rising fortune is going to be undeniable. While they're dealing with the chaos created by their own choices, you're experiencing the peace and abundance that come from living authentically and treating others with genuine care and respect. Your compassionate nature isn't a weakness, Pisces. It's actually your superpower. In a world where so many people are operating from ego, fear, and manipulation, your genuine kindness and authentic presence shine like a beacon. People are drawn to real authenticity because it's become so rare, and your natural ability to be genuine is going to open doors and create opportunities that no amount of scheming or manipulation could achieve. Trust your intuition as you move forward. Trust the insights you're receiving about people and situations. Trust the opportunities that are presenting themselves, even if they seem different from what you've experienced before. Your inner guidance system is incredibly accurate, and it's going to lead you toward people and situations that truly deserve your beautiful energy. Remember that you don't need to seek revenge or try to expose anyone's wrongdoing. The universe is handling that perfectly without your involvement. Your job is to focus on your own growth, your own opportunities, and your own happiness. Stay in your lane of authenticity and compassion, and watch how everything falls into place around you. The energy around you right now is so powerful and positive. You're graduating from a difficult learning period and stepping into a phase of your life that's going to feel like a reward for all the challenges you've overcome. The people who are meant to be in your life are going to find their way to you, and those who aren't meant to be there are going to be naturally filtered out by the universe. Keep being the beautiful, authentic, compassionate soul that you are, Pisces. The world needs your light, your wisdom, and your genuine care for others. And the universe is about to reward you magnificently for staying true to yourself through everything you've experienced.